Welcome to my channel. In today's story I'll be sharing with you how I made this dress. I actually made it for my daughter. So these are the measurements that you're needing. First thing is the shoulder measurement, the body, which is also called the chest. Okay, you're going to take the measurement. Since she's a child, you don't have to take the measurement to be too tight. It has to be a little loose because we are still going to add belt to it. Then the half length. Okay, so after measuring that, you're going to measure the gown length, which is also called the dress length. So basically a dress length for now is 24. That's from my shoulder to floor is 24 inches. So next thing is to go ahead and measure the armhole. And if you don't take the armhole measurement, you can as well use your shoulder measurement, which I'm going to be showing you in this video. So stay tuned. If you are yet to subscribe, kindly do so, and don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and drop a lovely comment. Okay, so let's get started. Let's start with the upper part first. So you're going to fold your fabric into two like this. Okay, since you've already taken the measurement, you're going to go ahead and iron it so that you will be able to get the accurate measurement. Next thing is to go ahead and divide your shoulder into two and then mark 1 inch. This 1 inch is to get the shoulder slope, and then you are going to connect it like that, and then you are still going to go up by half an inch to mark half an inch for the shoulder joining, and then divide the shoulder into two and then mark the line, which is what we are going to be using for the armhole. Next thing is to mark the waist length, that's the half length, which is 8 inches, and I'm going to be adding half an inch, making 8.5. So on that line you are going to divide your body or chest measurement into 4 and then mark it, and then on the waistline, which is also called the half length, you are going to go ahead and do the same thing and then add the seam allowance. You can add 1 or 1.5, and then I'll prefer you add 1.5 because she's still growing. You can easily adjust the measurement to her normal size as she's growing. All right, so when you are done, you are going to connect the armhole like this and then go ahead and cut it out. So before then, you can go ahead and cross-check the armhole. Since she's still a kid, you don't have to make it to be too tight. So when you are done, you're going to go ahead and cut it just like this. So when we are done cutting, you are going to go ahead and fold another fabric like this, but this time around this one will be more than the front because you'll be adding zipper allowance to it. So you're going to place it like this and then add your zipper allowance to it. So when you are done, you're going to go ahead and cut it out, and make sure you don't cut the back the same way you cut the front. So for the back armhole or the back shoulder, it has to be more. So you're going to divide your shoulder back into two, and the armhole, it has to be more. You can see the way I had it. You can add it by 0.5, or you can actually take our own measurement. So when you are done, you're going to connect it, cut it out, and then that's basically it. So now that we are done, I didn't put that for this style. Okay, it's not as if there was no need, but I didn't just want to put that. Okay, since I was going to use belt and the zipper allowance that I had is 1 inch, so I'm just going to go ahead and fold the 1 inch in. Okay, so I'll use my iron and press it. So when I'm done, I'm just going to go ahead and cut the neckline. For a neckline, I decided to use 2 inches because based on how the style is, I didn't know how the front is. Actually assumed the front would be a V line. Okay, so for the neckline, I used 2x2 and then still came down to cut a V-neck. So I'm just going to use 2x2 and then connect the lines like that. So from there, I'll place my tape rule on the shoulder and extend it downward and then mark 3.5. Okay, so that 3.5 from the 2 downward, I'm going to go ahead and cut a little V-neck on it, and then I'll go ahead and cut it out like this. Okay, so for the back, I'm just going to use the same 2 inches width, but I will come down by 1 inch for the back neck. Okay, so just like this, I'll go ahead and connect the neckline together, cut it out. All right, so next thing is to go to the front neckline, and I'm going to come down by just like the way I extended it to 4 inches, like I cut it like a little V. All right, so since it has a bishop collar. So remember, it's a bishop collar, so I'm just going to go ahead and fold it. So this is how it looks like. I didn't use lining. All right, so in case you want to use lining, you can cut your lining, but actually use facing. Now to cut the lower part, you are going to fold your fabric diagonally like this, as if you want to cut bias, like a shape. You get like a flare, and then to get the shape I have to go around it like this. So from there I went ahead to connect this line first, so that I'll be able to know where to extend the tape roll. So that's where it stops. I had to go around. Remember, our waist is 22, like our body and our waist is 22, and divided by 4, you have 5.5. So you're just going to take your tape roll, round it, and make sure you had your seam allowance, which is 1 inch. So for the front, since it's high-low dress, so we are going to minus the half length from the dress length or the gown length. So our half length is 8 inches minus 24, which is going to be 16 inches. Remember, the dress is high-low, so we are going to make the back to be a bit longer than the front. So for the back, I decided to use here I was thinking of making it to be 14 and the back to be 10 inches because it has gathers on it. So this is what I did. I made the back to be 13 inches, which is what I'm going to cut as the actual length, and then add 3 inches for the gathers or the plates. Okay, so and for the front I decided to use 10 inches, so that when I add the plate to it, the total between the front and the back is going to be, the difference between the front and the back is going to be 3 inches. All right, so at the end of the day, when I used this makeup, I realized that the front was a bit longer, so I had to reduce it. But watch it, you understand what I'm saying. Here from the waistline, I measured it downward. Actually use 12 inches here. You remember I said I was planning to use 10 inches. At some point I decided to use 12 inches here, though I later reduced it. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut it out. After I've taken the measurement, go ahead and do the same thing. All right, so this is the front. So after that, you are just going to go ahead and cross check your waist measurement, remove your seam allowance, and then make sure you notch where the seam is, and also notch the center of the lower part as well. All right, so let's go and cut the back. So for the back, you're just going to place the front on the back and then increase the length of the back. Okay, remember the back is longer than the front. All right, so you're just going to place your tape roll and extend it just like this. Remember I measured 12 inches for the front, and this back I decided to use 14 inches, which happens to be almost the same measurement. So here I went ahead to reduce the front by 2 inches so that the back would be obvious. Okay, so I went ahead to set, that means I actually use 10 inches for the back, for the front rather, and for the back I use 14 inches. So just like this, you are just going to go ahead and connect it from the side. It has to align. Connect it from the side like this. Let it align slightly on the side, and when you are done, you're going to go ahead and connect it just like the way you see me doing. Okay, so now that you are done, just go ahead and notch the zipper line that you added to the back. Okay, and also notch the center. So look at it now. The length of the back is actually 14 inches, which I'm going to be adding the gathers to be like 2.5 to 8. Okay, and for the front, you can see how the front is shorter and the back is a bit longer. So you're going to go ahead and notch the zipper line and then cut through the zipper. Okay, so now that you are done, this is what I'm going to be using for the gathers. I can't tell you the actual measurement I use because you might decide to use more for your own. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and fold it into 2. When I finish folding, I'll be getting 2.2, 2.5 at the end of the day. Okay, so this is the front. the upper part, I've gone ahead to cut the facing. Like I said, you can decide to use lining. For me, I use facing. All right. So, and this is belt. I went ahead to cut belt, and I cut it like this. I've cut this type of belt in my various videos, and let me just show you how I cut it. First thing first, you are going to fold your fabric into two, and then measure the width of how you want the belt to be. So for me, I wanted the lower part, okay, the lower part to be 4 inches width, while the side that is attached to be waist to be like 2.5 or 2 inches, and that's exactly what I did. So I went ahead to mark it. So on the lower part that I used 4 inches, I had to slant it like this so that the other side will be able to align with the waistline. Okay, so when you are done, you're going to go ahead and cut it slantly, and then that's just basically what I did. So I'll just go ahead and cut it out. If you have another method, you can follow, but if you haven't done this one, you can follow this method. All right, so now that we are done, all right, we are going to go to the machine to sew it. All right, so like I said, for the side, the other side that is attached to the waist is 2.5, and the lower part is 4 inches. So the length of the belt is 22.5. So first thing first, I'm going to start sewing the facing on the front. So one thing I want you to know is that I'm not going to turn the neckline. Okay, I'm not going to turn the neckline. I'm just going to go ahead sew where I cut the V line, the V neck. Okay, remember it's going to have a bishop collar neck. I'm just going to go ahead and sew it. Go ahead and do the same thing, and when you are done, make sure you top stitch, notch, and then sew it. So I'm just going to go ahead and top stitch like this. Make sure I top stitch the V line properly, and then go ahead and sew it. So when you are done, you're going to go ahead and sew the front as well, the back rather. So when you are done, it should look like this. You can go ahead and iron it. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and iron it here. But here I needed to join the shoulder of the back. So this is how you're going to join the shoulder. Since there is no lining at the back or facing, you're going to place the back like this and use the facing of the front to sew the shoulder line together. All right, so you just go ahead and sew it. So I'll go ahead to do the second one. Okay, so now that I'm done, this is how it looks like. So next thing is to go ahead and join this side, but before you join this side, we have to sew the belt. So let's go ahead and sew the belt first. Okay, so I'll be sewing the belt, and then I'm still going to show you how to attach the belt. Okay, so here I was sewing the belt here. You can go ahead and do the same thing, and then when you are done, go ahead and iron it. So here I've gone ahead to iron it, and I've ironed the belt as well. I'm just going to go ahead and attach the belt to the side, and then sew my seam allowance together. You are going to place the belt on the front and then attach it, but you are going to leave half an inch for the waistline joining. Okay, where you'll be joining the lower part to the front. So next thing is to go ahead to join the seam allowance. Remember I added 1.5. I'll just go ahead to sew the 1.5, and when I'm done, I'm just going to go ahead to add. Now this is how it looks like. I've gone ahead to join the belt on both sides. This is how it looks like. So I'm just going to go ahead to sew the lower part. So remember I added 1 inch. So I'm just going to go ahead and sew the 1 inch on both sides, and then measure the zipper length for the back. So I went ahead to measure 4 inches for the zipper line, and then sew it. So I'll be leaving the space for the zipper. Okay, so I'll measure the 4 inches, and then I'll sew it downward away from there. So when I'm done, I'm just going to join the sides as well. And one thing I always want you to do is whenever you are sewing, make sure you cut off your thread. You can see the way I'm cutting out my thread. Make sure you cut it. You don't have to finish sewing before you start cutting your thread. Okay, as you are sewing, make sure you cut out your thread. So now I'm going to join the sides. Remember I added 1 inch. Like I said, you're going to go ahead to join the sides. Okay, so when you are done joining the sides, you are going to go ahead and iron it, then add the upper part to it. So here I've gone ahead to sew it again. See how small it looks. Okay, so I'm just going to fold the upper part into two and then notch the center of the upper part, then add it, join it to the lower part and then sew it. Okay, so one thing about this, that when I put it, I asked ChatGPT, I told ChatGPT to put it on the model. The first picture that you're going to see that you saw is actually the first model. So I asked ChatGPT to put this dress on an African model. That was how I got the other model. All right. So after joining it, it should look like this. Okay, so I've gone ahead to join it, and this is the outcome of it. And if you check the belt side, it is well sewn. All right, next thing is to go ahead and draw the gathers. Okay, so first thing first, I'm going to go ahead to sew the down part before drawing the gathers. So go ahead and do the same thing as well. So when you are done sewing it, make sure you fold it ×2. It should look like this. Next thing is to go ahead to draw the gathers. So if you're using industrial machine, you have to set your machine to number 5, and if you are using manual machine, you have to set it to the last number. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and draw the gathers, then measure how you can see the way I'm drawing the gathers. Make sure you sew like 2 times, okay, like 2 lines of thread before drawing the gathers, so that the gathers will not cut halfway. So when you're done, you're going to attach it to the dress, okay, just like the way I'm going to be doing. So you're going to start attaching it from the back. All right, so go ahead and do the same thing. So when you are done, it should look like this. So this is the outcome of the gathers. All right, go ahead and do the same thing. So when you are done, you're going to go ahead and weave it. Next thing is to go ahead and measure the neckline. Please note, I've already gone ahead to fix zipper on it. So go ahead and fix zipper, whether you're using invisible zipper or the normal zipper. Just go ahead and fix your zip. When you are done, go ahead and measure the neckline. Remember, I said we are cutting bishop collar on it. So I got 4.7 there. So I'm going to use this piece of fabric to cut it. There's a technique to cutting this bishop collar. You don't have to cut it straight, but since it's just this piece of fabric, I'm just going to show you how to cut it. You're going to cut it as if you are cutting flare. All right, so you're going to place your tape roll. If you have enough fabric, place it like this. You can see the way I place that tape roll as if I want to cut flare. So just take it round, round and round. Also, when you are done, you're going to go ahead and cross-check your measurement. Before then, I needed to measure the length of the collar, because just for a child I needed like 1 inch, so that when I fold it on the other side and on this side, I'll get like 0.7 left. So I went ahead to mark the 1 inch all round. So I'll just go ahead and cut it. And after cutting this collar, you'll notice that the collar is not straight. If you follow this method, that's exactly what you get. So let's go ahead and cut it out. So when I was cutting this, I didn't get the exact measurement because I needed this collar to be like 9 inches or 10 inches, but I didn't get it. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the measurement. You can see how the shape of the collar is. So I'll just go ahead and measure what I need. So I will mark it there. So first thing, you are going to minus the 0.2 or 0.3 that you're going to use to sew. Away from there, you are now going to measure the actual measurement plus the joining allowance. So I'll just cut through it, and now I'm just going to go ahead and replicate this collar. So I've gone ahead to gum it, actually use paper stay. So each of it has 2 sides. So I've gone ahead to sew it here. You're going to go ahead and sew it. When you are done, you're going to fold this side. Okay, I've done videos on this, okay, but this is what I did. So I'm just going to go ahead and fix it. So I will just go ahead from the front. I'll place the collar like this. You can either start from the back or the front, but
We are
we are
going
going
to
to
go
start from
ahead
the front
and leave a space
to
and
inside. So
continue
when you get to that
sewing.
zipper line,
Make
you are
sure you
going to
top
go
stitch
ahead
this
and
place.
close this side.
So I've gone
Okay,
ahead
so
to sew
now
it.
I've gone ahead to do it.
So now
The
you are
first
going to
thing is to go ahead and sew
sew
it. Now
this
is to
side,
go ahead and
and
close
then
the
the
joining on
neckline you
this
are going
side
to sew
and on
on
the
this
other
side.
side as well. So when you
So
are
I've
done,
gone
you are going to
ahead
go
to,
ahead and sew it
after you are done, you are going to sew
properly.
it
So
from
this is what I got after I
outside.
was
So
done,
this is
and
basically now is
I'm
for us
just
to
going to go ahead to
cut the
fix
sleeves.
bra hook
So for the
on the
back, I'm
collar.
going to put
So next
bra
thing is
hook
to go ahead
on
and
it.
measure the armhole measurement and then cut the sleeves. So this is basically what I did.
Okay.
Alright, so if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please, I'm begging you, do well to subscribe, like, share, drop a lovely comment in the comment section, and don't forget to turn on your notification whenever, so that whenever I post a new video, you can always get notified. Alright, so to my old subscribers, thank you so much for watching, and I went ahead to cut the sleeves. Okay, so go ahead and do the same thing, just a normal sleeves, and then I added the seam allowance. So the length of the sleeve I cut was 3.5, and then connected the armhole like this. So after that, I went ahead to cross check the armhole. Alright, though I had some excess, so I had to do some gathers on the shoulder line. Alright, so I'll just go ahead and do the same thing, and then that's it. So thank you for watching. Alright, furthermore, I went ahead to fix the sleeve. So that's again, thank you so much for watching. So bye bye, make sure you subscribe, emphasis on the subscribe.